Welcome to the channel where all you got to do is science out the front brakes for this old Mustang. So the FedEx guy came by today, brought me some new hardware. Well, not really new, I'd say used, very used. But this is the plan for the front of the Fastang. So I weighed these earlier. They weigh about 15 pounds with pads and hoses, so about the same as the rear. Just wanted to make sure it fit into the wheel because these are 18s and this guy I think comes with 19s. So looks like it's got some clearance around there, maybe 1/4 inch minimum, so that's good. So yeah, now I can cartoon up some. These are radially mounted, so adapter plates are much easier to make for radial mount. Axial mount's kind of a pain in the ass because they're always running into each other. So it's working out for the rear, but for the front, the other option I had were these Porsche Cayman, which this is actually this wasn't really the plan for this car. I have these on all 4 corners of the Bronco project. So that's why I had it. I just pulled it out of the wine cellar to see if it was going to even come close, and it doesn't. So back to plan A. These are a little bit more expensive. Those you can get for a pair about $300. And these are anywhere from $700 to $1,200 depending on how many scratches they have in them and dings and stuff. So don't really care about that second part, so that's fine. But it looks like these are going to work. I just have to make some adapter plates, and actually there is some adapter plates that are available that you can buy to adapt these to an M5 or an M6. But those use a bigger rotor. Those use I don't know, it's 20 millimeter bigger in diameter, so those won't work. I'd have to modify them anyway. So once I'm at it, I might as well just make them, and then I know they're done right and stuff. Not that I don't trust people, but I don't trust people so much. Okay, so this has been a large process. The Mustang is much more advanced than the first video I took of this mess. But I decided while I'm doing all the front suspension stuff, these are all welded down. I just got to bore this guy out and do a little bit of, I got to put the little brackets for the shock absorbers on there, but those are mostly done. But I wanted to get the brake mount. So I'm mounting this thing that goes to a BMW 2012 and this thing that goes to a BMW 2007. One's radial mount, one's axial mount. So I did a little bit of measuring here and there, and I came up with this quality blueprint, you know, on cardboard. And then I drew it in CAD, and I'm going to print one out of you know, that stuff over there. It's like fishing line to me, but so anyway, there's the cartoon of it. Pretty simple little bracket made out of just a 1-inch bar, and of course it's longer than my bed, so I just put it on an angle. So it'll be printing this little guy on an angle, and in 2 hours and 36 minutes I'll thread those holes because I don't want to try and tap a hole in there. That's not going to work. So I just made the wall thickness kind of thick, and I'll tap it, and then I'll bolt it together here and see how it fits. And if it doesn't fit, right now I have it symmetrical, which I think is going to work out. But if it doesn't work out, I can always shift it one way or other, and then potentially I won't be able to use it on left and the right, but right now it's symmetrical, so I can make the same piece for both sides, and it should be fine. Looks like it's going to clear everything nice. Probably going to put a countersink bolt in there. This one will have plenty of room. And then yeah, we'll have front brakes ish. Not really front brakes, but physically we'll have front brakes. All right, this thing's all done. It's lighter than I thought it would be. Oh, hollow plastic. Yeah, lighter than aluminum. All right, let's get this thing threaded. We'll get the junk out of here and we'll tap it and then we'll assemble it, see what it looks like. Okay, so there I have it. This piece right here that I just 3D printed. Those are just lightning holes in there. But yeah, this is a way simpler way to bracket if you're going from radial to axial mount. So rotates like it's supposed to. This is the wrong bolts. These are actually Saab head bolts, but don't worry about that. And then this one's going to have to get a countersink. Otherwise, the control arm is going to go bonk into that. But yeah, I think I can whittle these out of metal now. Everything looks reasonably centered. I might want to move this up a little bit, but I think that's, honestly, I think that's just flex because it's made out of plastic. So, but pretty tidy, I think. Thanks for watching. If you like this content and want more, subscribe, like, and share.